is life on Earth as we know it. But what if we could change all that? It's very, very possible. In fact, it's already happening.
It's not a metaphor to say we have software running in our bodies. There are 23,000 little software programs called genes, and they're clever, but they evolved tens of thousands of years ago when conditions were very different. Gene editing is when you take this outdated software and reprogram it.
DNA, the building blocks of life. We can read DNA molecules, and we can build new ones with the information we want, just like writing computer code. But how will altering DNA improve our world? Let's start with a small example. When I say small, I mean microscopic. Let's start with bacteria.
Bacteria have evolved over millennia to be able to detect a variety of chemicals, but we've added a twist. We've engineered our bacteria in response to these chemicals to produce an electrical signal, which is both quantitative and very accurate.
Meet Fred.
The field-ready electrochemical detector, a mashup of bioengineering and electronics.
Fred addresses almost any problem involving an important natural resource: abundant, safe water.
Do you really know what's in your water? It might look clean and clear, but how do you know there isn't something toxic in it? Now the truth is, you probably don't.
FredSense is a Canadian startup accelerated by Singularity University labs. They embed small DNA circuits in bacteria cells, which turns those cells into biosensors. These sensors emit an electronic signal when they come into contact with a contaminant in the water. The signals are quantitative and highly accurate, and the signals can be picked up in real time by Fred.
We've designed hardware and software to work with our bacteria to create an autonomous sensing device that sits on site at a water monitoring location and monitors the water for compounds of interest at certain intervals.
Fred knows almost immediately if the water supply is contaminated.
We're building better biosensors.
And the beauty of Fred is that these bacteria are tunable. They can be adapted to detect specific contaminants. So Fred could be used to monitor all sorts of water supplies. The mining industry could find immediate uses for Fred. So could pharmaceuticals and sewage treatments. And Fred is extremely economical. It could make a huge difference in transforming water quality worldwide. Bacteria are already being bioengineered for a number of uses. Cambrian innovation is using electrically active microbes to generate electricity, heat, and clean water from wastewater. And a research team in London and Finland modified E. coli bacteria to produce engine-ready propane. Moving up the evolutionary tree from single-cell bacteria, companies are experimenting with larger life forms too. Modern Meadow is an SU accelerator company. They're altering DNA and injecting it into living cells to grow collagen, which is a protein found in animal skin. From that collagen, they're able to biofabricate leather. Leather can be engineered to have a variety of qualities depending on its intended use. Memphis Meats is creating meat products from meat cells. It cooks and handles just like regular meat.
There is not enough resources to feed a growing world's population. The greenhouse gas emissions from our process is 90% less than what traditional animal agriculture would cause.
It tastes like a meatball. It's good.
This is the first time a meatball has ever been cooked with beef cells that did not require a cow to be slaughtered.
If it's possible to replicate animal tissue, it's also possible to replicate human tissue. Organovo has developed a process to bioprint human tissue. They start with cells of any type and use a biogene to develop natural tissues. These tissues can be used to study diseases and to develop new drugs. The tissues are three-dimensional, which creates faster results than traditional 2D samples. This bioprinting process may lead to developing tissues for human transplant. And then there's Revolution Bio. They have a thing for flowers.
At Revolution Bioengineering, we make color-changing flowers.
Yeah, we wanted to make something beautiful and accessible and kind of tangible that celebrates the science we're really excited about.
it's possible to change simple organisms like bacteria and replicate multicelled organisms like plants or animals, then what ways could we use DNA engineering to solve global challenges such as food supply and the health of the environment? What new companies or even new industries could we create? How could we engineer a better life for all?